Welcome to Thursday, the last day of the week, and we are looking at our packet. It says 4:30. It starts with a day at the lake, and I think actually that's the back of the packet, or the back of the page. So I'm going to turn it over and start at the front of the page. It looks like this, because this is where our rule is going to live up here. It says when a word is preceded, when a word ends in LE and is preceded by a consonant, divide the word before the consonant. So, as in the word purple, okay? There's our LE with a consonant in front of it. You're going to divide it on this side. All right? Let's look at some of this together, and then I'll let you do your work. The word is turtle. Okay? The LE as at the end, the T in front of it. So you're going to divide between the R and the T. So it should be turtle. T-U-R space T-L-E. Moving down, we're going to go to puzzle. We have a Z-L-E there, and you're going to divide between the two Z's, so it should be P-U-Z space Z-L-E. The next is the word gentle. And the T is in front of the L-E, so it should be G-E-N-T-L-E. The next is whistle. The T is in front of the L-E, so you spell it W-H-I-S space T-L-E. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let you work on the rest of that. It shouldn't be too difficult. If you get confused, there's always a little reminder right up here. So you're dividing in front of that consonant that's sitting in front of the LE. All right, now let's turn that page to the first one right here. I'm going to read the story, A Day at the Lake. One day, Mary and her dad rode their bicycles to a small lake. They parked their bikes under a maple tree and headed for the boat dock. A gentle breeze made the water ripple. "I'll show you how to handle a canoe," said Dad. "It's simple. You'll be able to do it in no time." The man at the dock untied a dark purple canoe and held it against the dock. Mary and her dad stepped squarely into the middle of the canoe so it wouldn't topple. Mary's dad showed her how to use the paddle as a rudder in the end of each stroke to keep the canoe from going in a circle. Then Mary tried it. "You're very nimble," said Dad. "You must have strong muscles. You're really doing well." Mary was proud. She had learned to manage a canoe without any trouble. And that sounds like a fun time with Dad at the lake in a canoe. It had a little question at the bottom. It says, will Mary and her dad go canoeing again? Why or why not? Well, I would say she probably would go a lot of times, because any daddy who would be patient enough to teach a daughter how to row a canoe is a pretty nice dad. And I would want to go with my daddy many, many times when he thought that I was strong enough to do it. I love it when older people, whether they're parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles or even older brothers and sisters, can give a compliment to a little person. And it just is a compliment that's it just means so much. Maybe even more so than a compliment between adults and adults. I don't know. But I know it means a lot to a little kid to think that mom and dad are really proud of them for doing whatever it is. So, A Day at the Lake. Well, this is what you're supposed to do. You've got 15 words up there that have that LE. They end in an LE, or sometimes an LES if it's plural. But they end in an LE, and it's got a consonant in front. Now, I'm just going to kind of get you started. There's 15 of them. It says to circle each word and then write it down below. Then it says to divide it into syllables, so don't forget that part. Okay, it says one day, Mary and her dad rode their bicycles to a small lake. I'm looking for any word that ends in LE. And I do see the plural word bicycles. Now, normally it would be bicycle, but that is an LE. So I have to divide it in front of the C, because it's C-L-E. So I would write B-I-C-Y space C-L-E-S, bicycles. bicycles. And that's what you're going to divide that word for number 1. They parked the bikes under a maple tree and headed for the boat dock. I'm looking to there to be sure that I find any words that have an LE ending. And I find one just like you can, and the word is maple. So I'm going to divide it in front of the P, so it should be M-A space P-L-E, maple. And you're going to write it down below where it says number 2. I'm continuing my third sentence. A gentle breeze made the water ripple. I see 2 LE words, gentle. So you divide it between the N and the T. And ripple. And you divide it between the double P's. So those would be number 3 and 4. Is that right? All right. I'll let you do the rest. You're looking for 15 words, and we already found 4. Go a little bit slow, because nothing's worse than getting to number 15 and you can't find it. Then you have to go back over, and it's so discouraging. So if you go slow and steady, usually that's what wins the game. Not, not racing through, oh, I got it all done, and then find out, oh, I'm missing 2, but I don't even know where they are. So slow and steady wins the game. So be careful with that. Be sure that on page 178 that you're dividing into syllables, and of course the same on page 177. I did want to say down at the bottom of page 177, where it says write a short paragraph, you don't need to do that. So you can cross that part out. So on page 177, cross out the bottom, that bottom section where it says, and you'll write the paragraph. You don't need to do that part. All right? So that part you don't need to do. All right. That's all for your phonics for this day. Hope it goes well. Bye-bye.